Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So today we are going to continue our 360 degree revision series. Now already we have covered many of the questions and many of the sessions have already been uploaded on the channel. You can visit the playlist section of this channel and there you will get all the videos and the playlist regarding 360 degree revision. Okay. Now let us start with today's lecture, but before starting I would like to tell you about the new video that I have uploaded yesterday. Is the May 2025 current affairs mapper series, and this current affairs are covered through mind maps. Now this mind maps I have prepared through a tree method, and I would recommend you to watch this video, as this video will also be available on the I button that will be showing you right now, and also in the description of this video I'll provide the link to that May 2025 current affairs video. Okay, now if you will read the PDF, it would take you around 35 to 40 minutes, and most of the current affairs for the month of May 2025 will be effectively covered. So I would recommend you to watch that video and give your valuable suggestions regarding the upcoming June month video. Okay, now let us start with the today's video. Now the first question is, which one of the following is not a ferromagnetic material? Now to solve this question, we will have to first know about what is a ferromagnetic material. Then we'll need to know about the paramagnetic and diamagnetic material. So if you'll know all this, the question would be easy. Now ferromagnetic, what is a ferromagnetic material? Now this is a material that is permanently magnetized. It means that even when any magnetic field, even if any magnetic field is excluded or extracted from it, then also it has its magnetic properties. So where is the application of this ferromagnetic material? So this is used in the electrical motors. Now talking about the examples, so iron, cobalt, nickel and some of the alloys such as aluminum, etc., these are example of the ferromagnetic material. Now the question is asking about not a ferromagnetic material. So iron is a material, cobalt is also ferromagnetic. Other than that, you are left with two options, that is silver and ferric chloride. Now just a common sense you can use here. Ferric is derived from what? Ferric is derived from ferrum. Ferrum is Fe and Fe is what? Fe is iron. So iron का element तो option D में भी है. So it is definitely a ferromagnetic material. So we are ultimately left with one option, that is silver, which is not ferromagnetic. So what is silver? So silver is a diamagnetic material. Okay. Now these are the materials that create a weak magnetic field in the opposite direction. Some of the examples of diamagnetic materials are copper, silver, water and graphite. ठीक है. Now talking about the paramagnetic material, these are weakly attracted to the external magnetic field, and ferromagnetic mein we have already seen that magnetic field is always there even when the magnetic properties are always there even when the magnetic field is extracted. ठीक है. So the examples of paramagnetic material is oxygen, magnesium, platinum, etc. So the correct answer to this question will be silver. I hope you have understood this question. Let's now move to the next question. Now the next question is about, consider the following lines of the longitude and latitude. Okay. Now prime meridian, tropic of Cancer and equator, which of the above lines is or are a great circle? Now great circle is what? Great circle is the largest possible circle that can be made on the earth. Now if we see the earth here, the largest circle can always be made if it passes through the center. So which is the line that divides the earth into the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere? Obviously this is the equator that divides it. Okay, so this can definitely make a great circle because the longest possible circle हमें देखना है यहाँ पे. Next is about the tropic of Cancer. Now if I talk about the tropic of Cancer, this is situated on 23.5 degree north. ठीक है. This is, इसका extent हमारा ये होता है. So obviously this is above this great circle of equator. So tropic of Cancer can never be a great circle because a largest possible circle cannot be found from this tropic of Cancer. Okay, so we can eliminate this second option. So we are left with option 1 and 3 and option 3. Now talking about the prime meridian. Now prime meridian determines the Greenwich Mean Time. It is the Greenwich Mean Times, and it divides the earth into different time zones. So obviously this is the longest. If I talk just a second, if I take the earth, a largest circle can be formed horizontally, that is equator. And talking about the vertical part, this is the prime meridian. A circle, a longest circle can also be formed from north to south ना, east to west तो हमने draw कर लिया, that is equator, and north to south क्या है, this is the prime meridian. So this is a bit logical question. You can eliminate this topic of cancer by a little bit of common sense. Second one will be excluded. Prime meridian and equator, these two creates the great circle, that is equator and prime meridian. So the correct answer to this question would be 1 and 3. Other latitude, may it be a tropic of Cancer, may it be tropic of Capricorn, these do not pass through the earth center, so they cannot make the great circle. Okay? So 1 and 3 is the correct answer to this question. So if you have answered this question correctly, it is very good that you are going on a right direction. Now next question is about which of the following is an amphoteric oxide. Now what is an amphoteric oxide? First we need to know about this only. Now amphoteric oxide is a one that behaves like an acid and base both. Okay, it behaves as an acid and base both. Now what it does, that when it reacts with acid, when it is with a acid, it acts like a base, and simultaneously if it is a base, it acts like a acid. Now these are necessarily the qualities of the these are the necessary the qualities of an amphoteric oxide. Okay, now what is the result? Either if it reacts with acid or it reacts with an base, this forms salt and water in all cases. Some of the examples of amphoteric oxides here are aluminum oxide, zinc oxide and lead oxide. Okay, these are the examples. So aluminum oxide we can see here is in the option. So aluminum oxide is an amphoteric oxide, and if this is not given in the question, then zinc oxide and lead oxide, this you can remember. Okay, all of the other options that are given is incorrect, so aluminum oxide is going to be the correct answer to this question. I hope you have understood this. Let's now move to the next question then. Now which of the following is not included in the capital account of the balance of payment of a country? Now what is the balance of payment? Is now it is the totality of the capital account and the current account. Sorry, this I think I have written it wrong. This is not, this is the current account. ठीक है. Now यहीं से this question has derived कि capital account का कौन पार्ट कौन सा है and current account का कौन सा पार्ट है. Let me just correct this. This is not a capital account but this is a current account. ठीक है. Now the capital account constitutes the foreign direct investment. It constitutes the foreign portfolio investment, and this foreign portfolio investment is also known as the hot money. Okay. Now next is the external assistance. That means the loans that are given, the grants that are given by the higher bodies, all of these are included in the external assistance. And also the borrowing, that is the loans given by the various organizations and countries, all of this comes under the capital account. So the question is asking about not included in the capital account. So FDI we have seen it is included, and India में सबसे ज़्यादा FDI it comes from Singapore. ठीक है, this you need to know. Then is commercial borrowings. Obviously borrowings we have seen, it is also in part. External assistance, yes, obviously this is also a part. So invisibles is not a part of capital account. So invisible is part of what? It is a part of current account. Now talking about the current account, all the things, all the goods that are trade in the goods, trade in the services, not goods, trade in goods, trade in services and transfer payments, that is the remittances that the Indian immigrants send working in the foreign countries. Now talking about the immigrants, United Arab Emirates UAE constitutes the largest number of people who live outside the country and work there. So all of this is included in the current account. Okay. Now goods are also of two types if I tell. Now this is tangible tangible means the goods that we can see, and the other one is intangible. Intangible goods are what? Certain trademarks, other than that goodwill that a business makes, copyright, all of these are intangible asset. Okay, now these intangible assets are also the other name of intangible asset is also invisible. So these are not included in the capital account, but these are included in the current account. Okay, I hope this is clear. Let's now move to the next question then. Now this question is from the biology part. An antibacterial enzyme present in saliva and tears is called. So what is the name of the antibacterial enzyme? Now the first one is ribozyme. Now what is this ribozyme? This ribozyme is a type of RNA that catalyzes the chemical that act as a catalyst in the chemical reaction. So this is not present in the saliva and tears. It is present in the RNA of the human being. ठीक है, RNA is a single stranded thing, single strand होता है RNA में. And talking about the DNA is double stranded. ये आपको पता ही होगा. ठीक है. Talking about the lipase. Now what is lipase? Now lipase is the hydrolysis of fats. This is an enzyme which does the hydrolysis of fats into glycerol, and it plays an important role in digestion. Okay, so this is also not done as it occurs in the stomach. So this is also not the correct answer. Now lysozyme. What is a lysozyme? Now lysozyme is the correct answer to this question. Lysozyme is present in the saliva and tears. Okay, it breaks down the cell wall of the bacteria, and it also is responsible for the innate and adaptive immunity. Now what is the innate immunity? Innate immunity is that immunity that which you get by birth. Since birth you have this type of immunity. And the other one is adaptive immunity. As a human being resides in an environment, the human being adapts to the environment. Okay, for example, if I tell you example of adaptive immunity, the Indians are pretty much immune to the cough and cold conditions. When any foreigner comes here, the type of subtropical temperature that the person experiences, he is more prone to get ill because the immunity is low here, low in the foreign countries. But that immunity our body adapts. We Indians adapt to that type of immunity. So this can be an example. So this lysozyme is present in the saliva and tears. Okay, so C is going to be the correct answer to this question. Now talking about the isomerase. Now this isomerase is an used in the antibacterial treatment. So this is also not related to the question, but यहाँ पे जो options दिए हैं, यहाँ से questions in future it can be made. So I have explained all the options here. Okay, the correct answer to this question is lysozyme. Okay, I hope you have understood. Let's now move to the next question. Now with this is, which is the correct base pairing found in a normal DNA molecule? Now this is a bit tricky question, because in generally you will know that DNA में क्या होता है, ATGC. ATGC is the order in which we can remember, that is adenine, thymine, guanine and cytosine. These are the nitrogen bases that are formed. So that is what I have written here. So DNA is a double stranded deoxyribonucleic acid. 4 nitrogen bases are present there, that is adenine denoted by A, thymine that is denoted by T, guanine that is denoted by C, cytosine that is denoted by C. ठीक है. Now if we talk about the base pairing rule, this base pairing rule पे ही ये question बना है. Now this base pairing rule is also known as the Chargaff's rule. Okay. Now the rule says that adenine is always linked to thymine with 2 hydrogen bonds, and guanine is associated with cytosine with 3 hydrogen bonds. This is the general rule. This you can remember. I know this is a bit tricky question, but it is very good question. This can be asked in the examination. Okay? So we have been asked that which is the correct base pairing. So obviously A has a double hydrogen bond with T. So A is going to be the correct answer to this question. And if guanine का पूछा गया है, so it has a triple hydrogen bond with C. ठीक है. I hope you have understood. The correct answer to this particular question is A. Let's now move to the next question. Now this question is related to the Indian history, modern history part. Now, Lucknow Pact. When was this Lucknow Pact signed? It was signed in the year 1916. And who was the president during Lucknow Pact? The president was A.C. Mazumdar. Now, who was the president during the 1907 Surat split? This you will tell me in the comment section. सूरत स्प्लिट में कौन who was the president of the Indian National Congress. Now Lucknow Pact में two things happened. First one was the moderates and extremists that parted their way in the 1907 Surat split, they united. And the other thing that happened was the Indian National Congress and Muslim League, it came together for a common objective. These two parties came together for the first time. These were the two important things that happened in the Lucknow Pact. Okay. Now, prior to the Lucknow Pact, in the year 1915 is an important year. Now, in this year, it was so that Gandhi ji returned to India. M.K. Gandhi returned to India in 1915. And Gandhi made the first public appearance in 1916. Where was it the first public appearance? It was in Banaras Hindu University. BHU में पहली बार उन्होंने public appearance दिया था. So these are some of the important fact that you need to know. Next option हमारा क्या है? Return of SC Bose to India. Now Bose returned to India in the year 1934. Now Cripps mission under the chairmanship of Sir Stafford Cripps, it came in the year 1942. Naval mutiny in Bombay, it happened in the year 1946. And this Lucknow Pact obviously is 1916. Now we have to arrange this in a chronological order, and we can already see that this question is already arranged in the chronological order. So 1, 2, 3 and 4 would be the correct answer to this question. I hope you have understood this. Okay, let's now move to the next question then. Now this question is about which of the following areas has been exempted from the purview of the Citizenship Amendment Act of 2019. Now this act, CAA Act of 2019, it was introduced for the different religious communities such as Hindu, Sikhs, Buddhist, Jain, Parsis and Christian. It was introduced for all of these except Muslims from the countries belonging टू पाकिस्तान, अफगानिस्तान एंड बांग्लादेश. इन 3 कंट्रीज से ये जितने भी ये 6 रिलीजन्स के लोग हैं, अगर ये इंडिया में आए हैं, देयर वाज अ सर्टेन क्राइटेरिया दैट वाज सेट दैट वेयर अलाउड टू बी द सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया. नाउ इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट द सिटीजनशिप, तो थोड़ा सा पॉलिटी रिवाइज करते हैं यहाँ पे. टॉकिंग अबाउट द सिटीजनशिप, द राइट टू मेक द लॉज रिगार्डिंग सिटीजनशिप रेस्ट विद द पार्लियामेंट. स्टेट गवर्नमेंट हैज़ नथिंग टू डू विद इट. ठीक है. नाउ which area has been exempted? Ladakh, Jammu Kashmir, no, these are the union territories. Now option C हमारा 6 scheduled areas. Now अगर आपको schedule पता है, then you can answer this question. Now 6 scheduled areas contains the special provision for the 4 states, for the management of the tribal areas of 4 states, that is Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Now these 4 states के लिए separate provisions हैं under the 6 scheduled areas that is made by the president of the country. ठीक है. So in the 6 scheduled areas, because these areas have their own cultural regime, the Citizenship Amendment Act would not apply to the 6 scheduled states. Now talking about the schedule, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहता हूँ what is the 4th schedule, आप मुझे comment section में बताओगे, and what is the 10th schedule. ये दोनों के आंसर आप मुझे comment section में देना. Let us see कितने लोगों ने रिवाइज किया है उनका schedules वाला पार्ट. Let's now move to the next question then. Just a second. Yes. Now which peninsular river has a tributary named Kabini? Now Kabini is a tributary of river Kaveri. Now Kaveri is also known as Dakshin Ganga, and in English इसको बोलते हैं गंगा ऑफ साउथ. ठीक है. ये आप ध्यान में रखना, गोदावरी टिक मत करना. ठीक है. गोदावरी ऑल्दो इज द लॉन्गेस्ट पेनिनसुलर रिवर. ठीक है. but Ganga of South is known as Kaveri. The tributaries of Kaveri is Hemavati, Kabini, Harangi and Arkavati. Also कावेरी, कृष्णा एंड गोदावरी, ये तीन रिवर्स कहाँ से राइज करती हैं, ओरिजिन इनका कहाँ पे है, दिस विल टेल मी इन द कमेंट सेक्शन. नाउ टॉकिंग अबाउट द गोदावरी रिवर, प्रवरा, पूर्णा, मंजरा, पेनगंगा, वर्धा, प्राणहिता, वैनगंगा, these are the tributaries of river Godavari. And river Krishna to talk about, Ghat Prabha, Mal Prabha, Tungabhadra, Koina, Panchganga, these are the tributaries of river Krishna. And about the origin of these rivers you will tell me in the comment section. ठीक है. So the correct answer to this question is option D. ओके. ब्रह्मपुत्र की ट्रिब्यूटरीज वी हैव ऑलरेडी रिवाइज्ड. ठीक है. अब एक क्वेश्चन बचा है ड्रेनेज सिस्टम में गंगा रिवर पे, एंड एक बचा है इंडस रिवर की ट्रिब्यूटरीज पे. वो भी सब्सिक्वेंट जैसे आगे क्वेश्चंस आएंगे ना तो मैं वो भी क्लियर करा दूंगा. पेनिनसुलर रिवर को हमने देख लिया यहाँ पे हमने ट्रिब्यूटरीज सारी कवर कर ली इंपॉर्टेंट रिवर्स की. ऑरिजिन आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओगे एंड द करेक्ट आंसर वुड बी पिन्ड, सो दैट जो भी वीडियोस देखेंगे उनको भी हेल्प हो जाएगी एंड होलिस्टिकली उनका टॉपिक खत्म हो जाएगा. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज, which of the following Ramsar wetland sites is not situated in any of the union territories of India? Now union territories total 8 है इंडिया में. Talking about the होकेरा wetland, होकेरा wetland कहाँ है, ये जम्मू में है. ठीक है. सोमोरिडी लेक, दिस इज इन लद्दाख. एंड वुलार लेक कहाँ है, ये भी जम्मू में है. एंड वुलार लेक इज डायरेक्टली फेड बाय रिवर झेलम. ठीक है, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. ये कहाँ है, श्रीनगर में है. सो ये तो हम देख रहे हैं कि दीज थ्री ऑप्शंस में जितने भी वेटलैंड्स हैं दिस इज सिचुएटेड इन इंडिया. सो द रिमेनिंग ऑप्शन दैट इज पॉइंट कैलिमर वाइल्ड लाइफ एंड बर्ड सेंचुरी, दिस इज सिचुएटेड इन द स्टेट ऑफ तमिलनाडु. ठीक है ना. अगर वेटलैंड की बात हो ही रही है तो कुछ वेटलैंड आपको मैं रिवाइज करवा देता हूँ यहाँ पे. नाउ नागी नक्ती वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी, it is also wetland, this is situated in Bihar. ठीक है. Pala's wetland, Pala wetland is there in Mizoram. Next बिहार में एक और wetland है that is कबरताल lake. Okay. Another important one is Tawa reservoir. This Tawa reservoir is in Madhya Pradesh. नाउ रिसेंटली सिक्किम में एक वेटलैंड डिक्लेयर किया गया है विच इज़ खेचोपालरी वेटलैंड, दिस इज इन सिक्किम. ठीक है. सो ये कुछ हमारे वेटलैंड्स हैं जिनको आप ध्यान में रखोगे तो इट वुड बी वेरी बेनिफिशियल फॉर यू. इस क्वेश्चन का टू बी एग्जैक्ट करेक्ट हमारा आंसर होगा बी. लेट्स नाउ मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Now next question हमारा क्या है, the distribution of चरखास on a wide scale among the people was decided by. Now Congress Working Committee when it met in 1919 it discussed the issues of खिलाफत and यहाँ पे जालियांवाला बाग massacre was discussed. So this is not correct. All India Congress Working Committee is absolutely correct. यहाँ पे distribution of चरखा on the वाइड स्प्रेड स्केल यहाँ पे प्रपोज किया गया था. सो बी यहाँ पे करेक्ट आंसर. इस क्वेश्चन को मैंने इंक्लूड इसलिए किया है क्योंकि दिस इज अ यूनिक क्वेश्चन. आई होप कि आप लोगों ने सही आंसर किया हो, बट जिन्होंने नहीं किया है ये पॉइंट दिमाग में बैठा लेना. स्टार्ट ऑफ डांडी मार्च, दिस वाज द स्टार्ट ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट 1930 में. सो दिस डज नॉट मेक सेंस. एंड 1947 तो बहुत लेट हो गया, तो ये तो आउट ऑफ क्वेश्चन है. कन्फ्यूजन आपको इन दोनों में हो सकता है. अगर आपने बी मार्क किया है तो इट्स वेल एंड गुड. सो ये फैक्चुअल पार्ट है, ये आप ध्यान में रखना. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज, नाउ दिस इज गोइंग टू बी द लास्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ टुडे. अब है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर्स ऑफ हिमालयन ग्लेशियर्स एंड देयर लोकेशन इज और आर करेक्टली मैच्ड. नाउ वी हैव टू मैच. नाउ सियाचिन इज देयर इन द पोर्शंस ऑफ लद्दाख एंड टू बी स्पेसिफिक नॉर्थ ऑफ नुब्रा वैली. नुब्रा वैली के नॉर्थ में है. ठीक है. तो सियाचिन इज इन नुब्रा वैली, दिस इज एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. तो हमें यहाँ से पता चल गया या तो हमारा ऑप्शन ए होगा करेक्ट या बी होगा क्योंकि 1 है. नेक्स्ट इज अबाउट द जेमू. देखते हैं जेमू ग्लेशियर विच इज़ इन सेंट्रल नेपाल. नो, दिस जेमू ग्लेशियर इज इन सिक्किम. सो 3 तो हमारा हो नहीं सकता, तो ये दोनों ऑप्शन हमने यहीं से एलिमिनेट कर दिए. नेक्स्ट है हमारा गैशरबम. गाशरबम ग्लेशियर जो है दैट इज इन द पीर पंजाल रेंज। दिस इज ऑल्सो इनकरेक्ट क्योंकि घासरबम ग्लेशियर है ये हमारा काराकोरम रेंज में है, ठीक है। एंड काराकोरम रेंज में एक और ग्लेशियर है दैट इज नोन एज पाइफो ग्लेशियर, ठीक है। ये सम ऑफ द वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ग्लेशियर हैं, आपको ये ध्यान में रखना है, ठीक है। टॉकिंग अबाउट द पीर पंजाल में देयर इज द सोनापानी ग्लेशियर, ठीक है। एक क्वेश्चन मैं आपसे पूछता हूँ, पामीर माउंटेन्स, ये पामीर माउंटेन्स कहाँ हैं, ठीक है, ये आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओगे। एंड इस क्वेश्चन का भी आंसर आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताओगे कि इसका आंसर क्या 1 होगा या 1 and 2 होगा, चुंगफार ग्लेशियर किस रीजन में है, ठीक है। इस क्वेश्चन का भी आंसर आप मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में बताना, ठीक है। सो विद दिस वी आर डन विद द टुडेज क्वेश्चन। आई गेस वी हैव डिस्कस 12 to 13 क्वेश्चंस एंड सेशन भी ज़्यादा लंबा नहीं हुआ एंड आई होप दिस सेशन इज़ प्रोडक्टिव। अगर प्रोडक्टिव लगा है तो लाइक करना वीडियो को, कमेंट करके बताना कि वीडियो कैसी लगी। And yes, thank you for watching and keep studying.